Hello friends, this is Chandrakant from Akulmac Technologies, and today we would like to discuss about something which is highly debated as an opportunity for all of us, and that is the electric vehicle. And if you see that the Tesla is coming to India, they are bringing their gigafactory, and there are more than 300 to 400 electric vehicle manufacturing small scale units that have already been installed in the country. The whole point is that when there are so many players and then there are so many millions of other vehicles which are already running on the road, so the question is, what is the business viability of these vehicles? So is it make more sense to launch a totally new vehicle, and then it takes time to develop a new vehicle. It requires a lot of designing, a lot of new technologies to be brought in into the vehicle platform. And also then once the vehicle is ready, then you have to apply for the transport authority approval, because eventually your vehicle will have to run on the roads which are government roads. So you have to apply for the feasibility license as well as safety licenses and different kinds of government approvals before you can start manufacturing. Once you get these approvals, then you have to get into manufacturing, and then you build your supply chain. So the vehicles which are already up and running on the road, which are the petrol or diesel driven engine vehicles, and there are large players, with the supply chain already established. So is it a viable business, considering that the electric vehicle manufacturing companies don't have the kind of muscle that is required to build the vehicular supply chain? At the same time, the technologies that they are bringing is not suitable for every uh, aspect of the society. It is not a multi-feature vehicle. It is a vehicle which is point-to-point transport vehicle, and it is a low-cost vehicle. No nonsense. There are advantages: less polluting. You don't need to service your vehicle for next 2 to 3 years. The cost of running is very very low. So there are a lot of advantages of shifting from petrol vehicle to electric vehicle. But we are discussing whether this whole business model of producing electric vehicle is viable. So I will say that it is not very viable, simply because the Achilles heel of the electric vehicle is the battery, and the battery is where the power ratio is not very power density is not very good when it comes to storing the power. If you compare the battery, it is very very less efficient as compared to the internal combustion engine. So internal combustion engine has more power, and battery has an efficiency of only 2%. So even the latest batteries, which are lithium ion batteries, are not as efficient as the internal combustion engine. So that is where the problem is. Uh, they have a lot of weight. They add a lot of weight to your vehicle, but they don't last very long, and they don't have the power to weight ratio is not very good. So what we need is a totally different kind of power. If we want to make the electric vehicle more successful and viable, we need different kind of power. So that is one problem which we need to solve. We don't have a solution yet. So if we don't have that comparative solution as compared to the petroleum based engines, then obviously this is not a win-win solution for the consumer and for the manufacturing units, simply because it is a half-cooked technology, half-baked technology. um, and electric motor technology is already at the peak. Electric motors are around for last so many hundreds of years, many centuries, more than a century now, and they have already reached the height of their development. And electromagnetism is a very well understood science. What we need is a power pack to drive the electric motor, and that will make it more efficient. So I think, from my point of view, electric vehicle as we see them today are not a very viable business proposition, simply because the shelf life of these products is very limited, for two reasons. There are two main reasons simply. One is, if the battery technology changes, which will bring more juicy battery to the fray, then the technology for you know propagating your vehicle will also change. That means the people who are already manufacturing the internal combustion vehicles, like all these big brands like Toyota, Maruti, Tata. In US, it's General Motors. In Europe, it's Ford, Volkswagen. It is very simple for them to shift immediately from electric motor vehicle to from internal combustion engine to electric motor, because they have the supply chain already in place. So it's very simple for them to shift from petrol or diesel engines to electric motor engine, if the battery life and the juice in the battery is available. So I think it is makes more sense for the existing car manufacturers to get into that space rather than the electric vehicle players to acquire that position. So it is not going to move like this, that all these big corporations will die because they did not change, and leaving behind the place for the smaller players to come and fill in those shoes. So I think that is something which is a misnomer, and I feel that electric vehicle manufacturing units which are now trying to do business must watch out for this threat, because I think the Achilles heel again is a battery, and if the viable battery is launched by Tesla or somebody else, the first mover will be these large manufacturers, and they will shift from petroleum vehicles to electric vehicle in an instant. And that is where the problem is, that having spent so much money in establishing your electric vehicle plants, you will still lose out on terms of scale with a large corporation. So that is threat number one. Threat number two, which I perceive, is that because of this issue of battery not having enough power, and the petroleum is going to get more expensive as we go from here, because we are the quantity of petroleum being pumped out is going to reduce from now on. It's not going to increase. So there is a need for a totally different kind of propulsion system. And I'm sure there are a lot of scientists who are working across the world trying to see if there are electromagnetic direct drives which can eliminate the use of motors itself. You can directly use the electricity and magnetism properties to move across the atmosphere, and move across your move across without a need of a motor or a battery. I mean, you would need a battery. If you have enough battery, you don't need to have a motor, a rotatory motor anymore. So I think that is a next wave of technology. If that comes, then all of this will become immediately obsolete, and I see that happening in next 2 to 3 years. So if we basically invest a lot of money in electric vehicle industry, setting up and trying to create the supply chain for those, the chances are that if there is a new sort of propulsion which is introduced in the market, then all of this will become obsolete immediately. So I think that is a very big threat, and this threat number two. And threat number three is also very relevant, because now we are going through a pandemic situation where there is a social distancing, and those norms are active, and they are going to be there for some more time, at least 1 or 2 years. We will not be There will be no need to travel extensively as we see today, and more usage of applications are going online. So you don't have to go out to your bank, you don't have to go out to buy things. So you can do it from your home. You can have your access to your banking, your credit cards, even payment receiving and paying, running as a business. Communication is all moving on the digital platform. It's already moved to a certain extent, and it is becoming a norm. So as people say that what is a new normal, so this is a new normal in our society. So unlike earlier, where for a drop of a hat, you say, hey, I want to meet you, and then you drive down, brave the traffic, go there, meet him, give presentation, and come back. So all those things will become a thing of the past, and that is why it's a very important aspect of our society, where the need for travel will not be so much as we saw it in 2019 and before that. So I think these are the three major factor which are which says that a fresh investment in electric vehicle arena may be not a very wise decision to get into that business, simply because um, I think the scenario, business scenario, is changed, and also at the same time, battery technology is Achilles heel. So I think if at all you want to invest money in electric vehicle or electric propulsion system, I think more important thing to do is to put money in research and development of the battery or a power source. So this is what I feel, friends. Do engage with me, write your comments, and based on your comments we will include you live on our show in the next episode. Until then, I'd like to say goodbye to you for today.